Alright, guys. I'm back. I know. Pretty quick, right? But something came to mind. Uh, so I thought it needed to be placed. I want to show you an example of goofball, woo-woo, nonsense, a tragedy pimp style, and abuser and monster style, tormenting fuckery buffer that they use for online their games and how they try to get by with it. I think for several reasons it's good to place this here as a pretty good example of pretty clear and concise of how this realm can be used, how it is used, how it'll also, oh god, it falls into some new realms, doesn't it? Anyway, but it's a pretty good example of everything all in one. Alright, now, what you have is, hold on. This apparently being put up 6 days ago, right after court, right? Attorney's funds. Here's a picture, natural tunnel, blah blah blah. Which Monster and the other one have posted plenty of pictures and talked about being at in this area, right? Blah blah blah. Okay, it's a train, right? Yay! And then here we have this GoFundMe full of bullshit. Okay. $4,000 amount instead of $3,500 listed by share, but it's really the train here. You're gonna concentrate on the train. All right. All right. So then you have. Let me see. Then you have Cher, Voices Behind the Wall, who's profited for so many years off my DV and even created merch in it. Blah blah blah. Right? Who loves to watch Candace and I get abused, and she helps in it, gaslights it. Loves helping our abusers beat the shit out of us, whether online or, well, online, and torment us via online or just do whatever to us online. And she helps them with it. Y'all have seen this for years. Alright. So you have Cher advertising that GoFundMe.
3,500 covers it all for him. And I think it's a very important step. Let me make sure that is pinned. So if you guys would like to, yep, I have it pinned there in the comments. So
she has the GoFundMe pinned in the comments. She's rolling the cash for attorney's funds as well. So I guess they got two intake methods for cash coming and going. Our abuser and helpmate there. Anyway, then what you have now, this is put up right after court, the GoFundMe. Right? Okay. Then you have Cher on the 30th. as I recall, at least on the 30th, right? 30. Advertising, pinning, etc. But what happened the night before is important. Because late the night before, what happened was in my chat comes a troll by the name of motherfucking monster. Troll account. You think, right? Now I put this because it was so strange. I was like, considering all the things going around with Cher and monster abuser at the time, I thought, might want to pop it on screen. I do kind of remember that now, but anyway, they came into chat on the 29th late, blah blah, going, when's the last time you had a train? Sex reduces heart disease. That's wild, huh? Also under a Reaper's mask icon, right? Grim Reaper. Weird for a group and a monster and abuser who knows I've had a heart attack. Heart's not good. The train comment. That seemed a little weird deal. No, couldn't be pointed at all, would it? That's on my line. There's the motherfucking monster troll account. Ask me, when's the last time you had a train? Sex reduces heart disease. You mean another heart attack abuser in this group might put in? Is that the goal? Right? The place talking nine little right before certain dates? No. Anyway, seems like a hell of a lineup, doesn't it? As clearly our abusers sit on the panel with that one, saying that they were indeed doing all this to get it. As this one here, with voices they share for years, has made money on my domestic violence and Candace's and loves watching women get beaten, abused, and makes merch off of it and fortunes off of it, and teeth and weddings and visits to Leilani that'll never happen and all that. In Quentin Simon's case, she was in with the rest of this tragedy pimp crew while they all played to you all and the world like they weren't in cahoots with one another, but they were playing it from both sides while all together. Yeah. And she couldn't even leave Canada, all these things. Now, here's the thing. I've got to be able to authenticate that this is indeed a real GoFundMe and absolutely ID linked to abuser and helpmate because this is, if so, it would be helpful in court. Secondly, it is obviously under fraudulent terms, the lines included in and about, so therefore it's just fraudulent anyway. But and we know this. But it could very well be a tragedy pimp. Well, I don't know which one. Y'all tell me, because they're notorious for this, right? You remember how they had fake GoFundMe set up for Candace and all kind of shit while there was real, they do that. And here's the cash app, but it's actually, oops, one number off, and who knows where that money got, all the games they play around here. Either way, dear, They, on top of that, I, I have the link still for that troll account, so being able to maybe ferret out who it links to, and hopefully it wasn't a monster or the other one under another name. I'm gonna assume it'll come back to Share Who Loves parading around titles like, oh, I'm friends with the monster under the bed and all that, and stuff. But I find it weird, the train comment, the GoFundMe train. But see, there's the woo-woo QAnon Wayfair aspect of it. If you say it out loud, it makes you look crazy. But y'all can't tell me that was a coincidence. Not before Cher starts advertising that GoFundMe and under a troll name of motherfucking monster. Now the question is, who's running the train on me, right? Would that be Tragedy Pants? Or would that be an actual abuser and helpmate? Or both, and all in conjunction like I have been for several years, working in a well-organized group fashion online while pretending in courts that their hands are clean. Hmm? Yep. Now you can say some shit's QAnon Wayfair conspiracy theory meant to make you look crazy when you say it or link it together, but damn, ain't that pretty blatant? Most people wouldn't have known about that account before Voices had advertised it. Therefore, it only leaves so many people to know about it, doesn't it? To come up here in my chat with that train commenting sections here and to try to make it, vague, right? Under the troll name motherfucking monster. It only really leaves abusers and their chosen ringmaster right now that they've clearly stated, they're working with to get it. Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, the more evidence, the more proof, more helpful it becomes in ways that no amount of money and no lawyer is going to help. Can't cleanse it. But so far, man. You can only flip that script so far. This is insane. But it's a good example of how they work together. Also, the game's tragedy pimps play, the vague bounds, oh, well, if somebody says this out loud, they look crazy. But you see the one up there. It's pretty easy for anybody to do. Ain't nobody goddamn crazy, but they rely on that. Crazy making bullshit and all if you say this out loud, blah, 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 right? But it ain't, especially when you have years worth of these games. Abuses, torment online levied by tragedy pimps, goofballs, abusers, monsters, and by those enjoying using all that chaos in order to hide the real truth and like behind. Keep tension off themselves and their own masks on and being cleansed, right? Tension off of. I ain't having it anymore. It's just where I'm at. But what I am gonna do, ferret out that motherfucking monster account that come over here with the train comment. Figure out if this is legit or not, or if it's tragedy pimp trying to get money and pretend. Or having it under their name and try to make it look a certain way, being like, oh, she fell for bait, whatever, right? But it wasn't monster, another one responsible, or whatever the setup shit is, the running of a train on me. I don't think so. Anyway, some dots do indeed connect. But this is what it's been like for years. This is a very good example of it. It's pretty gross. Disturbing. You think Summer's case is the only one they're doing shit like this in or around? Nope. They've been doing it for years prior. They're doing it overlapping. They're doing it still. And they will continue to. to the cases, to the people around them, whether they're public or not. These are the fucking things they do. Even without abusers and others in place and those who want to hide light and truth and whatever else and create chaos and mud and jill in order to, I don't know, hide behind. Hmm. Yeah, either way. Um, yeah, so tonight, or at least in the coming days, with making sure this is legit and actually linked to those or which tragedy pimp it's connected to, what portion of the well-organized group working with the abuser they're linked to, and that account that come into my room in the in-between where only abusers, its helpmate, and a share and others working with it would have known in order to send that troll over here with that bullshit. The vague bounds bullshit, right? 7 days in between to go, just trying to run a train exactly. You wonder. No, not abusers and tragedy pimps. Surely not. Tragedy pimps and others linked with those trying to keep attention off of what honestly should have always been where the attention remained, most likely. Anyway, so I don't know if y'all can understand how this sort of all connects together, though it looks a little goofy and cute and whatever. I don't know what to tell you, but these are the types of games and bullshit they're all playing and hope they get by with and get away with while doing those two survivors, fighters, others. So. These are your advocates, guys. These are your super detectives. These are your tragedy pits in motion with real abusers, real monsters, harming and terrorizing women and children who they've really harmed and still continue to, and out in the open and behind the scenes for gosh. So anyway, I don't know about y'all, but for the 4 billionth time in several years, I feel some type of way about it. But if I can track down the right things and get ID verification also for this, it will definitely help in court and with voices and share it. I just, you know, oh, GoFundMe has a thing where they work with law enforcement. Oh, okay. So here's a very quick example. What I'm just going to leave here in this quick, helpful little do you see it now video. Do you see the trains being run on all of you? All of us? You get it yet? Whether you're in and around an open and active investigation or whether your chat subs this error. Get it yet? By these, like, share who tell you they're doing whatever. Dawn this, Candace that, Summer this, Summer that. How deep, far, dark they go. What kind of manipulation tactics they use, especially when they have abusers helping or sitting on their panels, or they make fortunes off of our abuse and merch and everything else for years, or they get Candace beat online for entertainment purposes only. Oh dear, sorry. I was just also had family stuff going, but also um trying to bring back up the chats. Those like every year, where these tragedy pimps and handlers or abusers, like in certain years, this has been where his groups even tagging children in it, and whatever, like Gavlin Cromwell and their live streams and chats telling my little to just listen to her daddy and just listen to him and whatever, sick shit. Either way, while it goes to court, ain't doing a heck of these people. It ain't been here just as long. And it's helped me. Haven't been, even before we were public, playing games with C&D and I don't find any of it funny. All during certain cycles and order, you know. Uh, yeah. All right. Look here. Come on now. Y'all, this one right here, it's changed this little icon, but for the last few days has been leaving rather fucked up comments. They're held for review in my background. Being a straight asshole, and here they are. I don't even know why they're chatting now, other than to be, whatever. But Smiley, come get your fucking dedicated troll, my dude. Maybe someone has taken exception to you terrorizing and tormenting small children for abusers and the tragedy pimps and sexualizing them and tormenting their Christmas list and everything else, and talking sexually about them in their private areas and body shaming. Smiley. Oh, and let's not forget the parroting of me and lying about neighbors on Ben Hill and all that too, and how you got your claim to fame and taking advantage of those with Alzheimer's. Smiley. But you have a dedicated troll now. They're called Smelly's Story, and they're back here harassing me in the comment section too for health review. But anyway, so I'm doing you one up. I'm letting it not do that in my chat or otherwise. Okay. Just like I'm not letting comments at the background either. So, you know, um, I'm calling it for right now. I'm gonna leave this piece where it is. Oh, speaking of Smiley, do think about what she's done in Summer's case around it to all of us, to the neighbors, to the community, lied upon people in it, tried to trespass, how she got all Dawn's dad, what she's done to my daughter during certain cycles, and to my children, um, with the rest of this place, um, stalking profiles and everything else of minors and everything, and then look at her right now in Sebastian's. What do you think she's gonna do with that? And the rest of y'all watching it? Y'all having fun yet? Anyway, who's running the train on who again? That's right. No, it's gonna be the Smileys and Justins, the JLRs, the Bullhorns, the Shares, the BKs, the TMs, the ABs, the Dolly Visions, the Ziggies, oh, the Dietzes, the Crummas, the Gavels, the Chasings, the Glares, be all of them, man. The Shays, the CZs, and the We Can Leave You Hopeless, the Sages, Squalls, the Atheys, the Duncans, the Bullshitters, the Yennifers, the Feathers, the Heathers, the Gel Pins, the Green Eyes, the Karmas, right? The Dews, the Trojan Horses, the 40 Owls and Raincoats, all those, the Robin Lynns and the Lynn Robins and the Lenny Lynn Lynns, be the Emmas and the CSOs and all of them, man. Top to bottom, and a few bigger. Wouldn't it? The Chases and the rest. Yeah. Train indeed. Run on the entire community. Real people. Real subs. Real humans around the world. Those who actually care. Not to be mistaken with those who are amongst you and in and around you who are part of the train. That includes those most likely to be guilty as well in a lot of these cases, and all their handlers and whatnot, and those, oh, all you little con artists, you little criminals hidden amongst you. Do you all even think, or your friendsies, your buddies, they're really just getting you wrapped up? It's like, guys, when you've been ordering, say, soaps and all these other things, and I think we've mentioned this more a few times, and the baskets and the makeup and the crap like off the Ziggies or the Dollies or saying, man, your addresses are being kept as subs and shit. They can line you up and then they can pull all your data. They can hack your cards, your bank accounts, all this bullshit. But on top of that, what they can do is line you up with chat names and this and the other, right? They can find out your finances, your skeletons. They can do all kinds of fuck shit to people around the world. Right? And they have been. Why do you think some of them start up some of those things to where it's, addresses, go to them home, whatever, and not make stores and stuff, huh? It's to sell you off and to gather your information. See which one of y'all to con, to milk, to get in the backgrounds, to do whatever with. To try to cozy up to really mind fuck or get manipulated into, and then they can possibly blackmail or attempt to annihilate your lives and do criminal shit on or around you or milk you dry. Watch what you're doing and watch what you're ordering. Some people, even though they're anti-tragedy pimps, they're not wrong about what all has been going on in this community for so long and why there's been the raffles and the hey buy my soaps and the hey buy my this and baskets that and makeup whatever. And I guarantee you those who aren't scared, shitless, blackmailed into oblivion, whatever, will probably stand up at a certain point, if not terrified to, and tell you that something is very wrong or been done to them or they've been stolen from. I know more than a few through whole things, like some of the Discord areas, like Benny's where they threw up on the stage where they're asking for information, IDs, all this to get in, to do whatever. He was like, oh my gosh, we didn't know Honest was doing that, right? And they threw Honest off as a responsible party. Yeah, they did. Um, these things are not all as they appear over here. These are criminals, cons, junkies. They're using online to do these terrible things. Watch what you order around here. Alright? And if you think you weren't sold off or that used to helpfully target those of you who would eventually call out some of these tragedy pimps or games, how they got you wound up in, or blackmail efforts against you, or to milk you dry, or to pull your personal information and data to know who to suck up to and milk for money, mind fuck, and all this shit. I hate to tell you this, but if you think that's not what it's used for, I got oceanfront property in Tennessee. So yeah, they've been running a train, a whole lot of them, for a whole long time. For years and years, from what's forward, and they're going to continue to, you know, as long as you allow it. But I guarantee you there are a whole lot of people left in the background all these years where you've ordered off of this one or that one or whatever, and your addresses went to. I guarantee there's a whole lot of you out here afraid to speak now. Because they had you lined up with your chat names and who you were, and when you became disloyal or you might present a danger to them, or the shit they were doing in the background in and around Summer's case and everywhere else throughout all the other cases, from Delphi to Reed to Rounds to Harmonies to this to that to the other, you know? Yeah. Y'all think y'all just ordering soap, alright? A basket, some makeup, some cat fur boots off Ziggy. The rest? No, you weren't. No, you weren't. Watch yourselves out here, people. They've been running the train for years. I'm leaving it there for right now. I may come back and shine some light. Much love, guys.